It might be difficult to confront toxic individuals since it can be emotionally confusing. Every step calls for caution, focus, and a clear plan of action. Here is the comprehensive guide to shining bright, even in the darkest conditions, whether you are surrounded by negativity at work, home, or in your social circle. After all, we will inevitably come across people who sap our energy and jeopardize our mental stability in this world of intricate relationships. However, it doesn't have to be a grueling and hopeless process. Equipped with astute strategies and an in-depth comprehension of human conduct, you can convert these difficult situations into chances to fortify your moral fiber and validate your worth. Together, we can unravel the mystery around toxic relationships and uncover doable strategies that give you back control. Prepare to rewrite the story so that the armor of knowledge replaces the weight of stress. We'll dissect tried and true strategies for handling toxic individuals in this video. We'll provide you a useful manual that will not only assist you in maintaining your emotional and personal space, but also foster a happier, healthier atmosphere for all parties. First things first, try not to become personal. It's important to keep in mind that toxic individuals often exhibit bad conduct as a reflection of their own anxieties, insecurities, and internal problems. Maintaining your own mental and emotional well-being requires that you have this insight. When confronted with criticism, manipulation, or negativity, it is human nature to absorb these events and assume responsibility for them in some way. But it's important to understand that toxic conduct originates with the individual and isn't a reflection of our behavior or character. This conduct is unrelated to you and might be the product of the person's skewed ideas, life experiences, or dramas. Taking this stance means refusing to let the conduct impact your self-worth or peace of mind, not that it implies ignoring it or letting it continue. This entails developing a strong sense of self-worth and self-awareness, as well as understanding who you are and your values. It is freeing to realize that while you have no control over other people's acts, you do have power over how you respond to them. This keeps you sane and emotionally balanced, while enabling you to emotionally separate yourself from the negative. By refusing to take toxic conduct personally, you put yourself in a strong and resilient position that enables you to react to situations with more objectivity and less emotion. Recall that it takes awareness of oneself and practice to sustain this mentality. It might be beneficial to constantly remind yourself that the negativity of another person is not a true reflection of who you are, but rather a projection of their own inner issues. Second, exercise assertiveness. Being assertive is a crucial trait while interacting with toxic individuals. It lets you respect other people's rights and ideas while being open and honest in the expression of your thoughts and emotions. Being confrontational or aggressive does not equate to being forceful. It all comes down to communicating in a clear and forceful manner. First, you must clearly understand your wants and sentiments in order to exercise assertiveness. Instead of speaking in a defensive or accusing manner, talk about your thoughts and experiences. To put it another way, say, "I feel frustrated when you interrupt my sentences," as opposed to "you always interrupt me." Furthermore, set up boundaries that are unambiguous with the poisonous individual. Give precise instructions on what you find acceptable and unacceptable. Saying, "I need our dialogue to be respectful, and I will not accept insults," is one example of what you may say. When expressing yourself, always remember to maintain your composure. Rather than stemming from a desire to dominate others or prevail in a dispute, assertiveness originates from self-assurance and self-respect. Being aggressive gives the toxic individual a chance to comprehend and respect your limits while simultaneously defending your personal space and mental health. Thirdly, set limits. Setting up firm and unambiguous limits is essential when managing toxic individuals. This entails developing the ability to say no as well as clearly outlining your boundaries for conduct and engagement. Boundaries relate to both what you will permit in your life and what others are capable of doing. Prioritizing the maintenance of your emotional health and well-being, begin by defining the precise actions that you deem unhealthy or inappropriate, and make sure the other person knows about them. Justify the repercussions of stepping outside of those lines, and maintain your stance. This might include cutting off communication, reducing the breadth of discussions, or, in extreme cases, breaking up entirely. Setting limits may be difficult, particularly if you're used to caving in to other people's requests. But it's a necessary step to maintaining your mental well-being and making your own space better. Recall that setting limits does not imply being insensitive or selfish. Rather, it is a show of self-respect. 4. Pay attention to the solutions. We might become caught up in negative and conflictual loops when we interact with toxic individuals. Nevertheless, concentrating on solutions rather than the issue or the poisonous person is a more fruitful strategy. This entails directing the discourse or exchange towards constructive conclusions, seeking methods to enhance the circumstance or bond rather than becoming mired in charges or grudges. You take a more proactive and positive approach when you concentrate on the answers. This entails figuring out what the main issue is, comprehending the wants and viewpoints of each side, and trying to come to a compromise or a common ground. If you are having a discussion with someone who is toxic, attempt to steer the subject away from criticism and complaints and towards specific activities and desired results. This might include offering workable answers, talking about various methods for resolving an issue, or just moving the conversation's attention to more impartial or productive subjects. Additionally, while concentrating on solutions, it's critical to have an open and optimistic frame of mind. Be prepared to listen to and weigh opposing views, and be ready to make compromises in order to arrive at a solution that will benefit all parties more. This might also include understanding when to leave a situation or stop trying to solve it if it becomes apparent that there isn't a time to do so. When dealing with toxic behaviors, using the solution-focused approach may assist to create a dynamic that is healthier and more respectful, while also reducing the negative effects of these encounters. You empower yourself and lessen the toxicity's capacity to control the relationship when you decide to concentrate on what can be done to make things better. 5th rule: stay out of the spotlight. This is a wise course of action when interacting with people like them. In an effort to gain more power and control over their victims, toxic individuals often try to isolate them. But keeping up a social circle that is busy and participating in positive activities might work as a kind of psychological and emotional defense. Initially, maintaining strong relationships with friends and family guarantees a strong support network. These healthy connections provide perspective, affirmation, and the essential counterpoint to the negativity that toxic individuals radiate. Talking about your experiences with someone you can trust may also help you preserve your mental health by providing insightful guidance and emotional support. In addition to keeping up social connections, it's essential to partake in activities that improve your mood and well-being. Engaging in hobbies, physical activity, volunteer work, or any other joyful and fulfilling pursuits may help you deflect negative influences and enhance your resilience and self-worth. Creating an atmosphere that is favorable around you is another important factor. This might be as simple as setting aside time for yourself away from negative influences, practicing meditation, or any other activity that helps you maintain inner calm, or even just filling your surroundings with happy things. Joining communities, interest groups, or group activities broadens your social network and introduces you to fresh viewpoints and ideas that may improve your life and provide a healthy change from the poisonous surroundings. Recall that being alone might make you more susceptible to toxic individuals. However, if you surround yourself with good people and maintain positive relationships, you can create a support system that can bolster and shield you from negativity. Number 6. Record interactions. When interacting with toxic individuals, this may be a crucial tactical strategy, particularly in professional or long-term relationships where communication can be misconstrued or controlled. Keeping an accurate and transparent record of all talks, meetings, decisions, and pertinent actions is part of this strategy. Keeping records makes it easier to create a detailed history of the actions of the parties concerned. This is crucial if you ever need to demonstrate abusive or improper behavior patterns. A thorough record may be used as a weapon in defense against unfounded allegations, fabrications of the truth, or efforts at gaslighting by a toxic person to get you to question your own memory or perspective. Documenting exchanges also establishes an impartial foundation for future discussions and choices. This may be particularly helpful in conflict settings when emotions may have an impact on subjective memory. Clear records allow you to refer to certain facts and information, which is useful for resolving disputes, negotiating, or going to court. It's critical to record with objectivity and veracity. Keep track of the persons involved, the dates, times, and places. Write about talks and events exactly as they happened, avoiding emotive words or biased viewpoints. This helps preserve emotional clarity while analyzing the exchanges and boosts the record's reliability. Email summaries of significant meetings or discussions are another helpful habit, particularly when decisions are taken or assignments are assigned. This reduces the possibility of future misunderstandings by providing the other person with an opportunity to clarify or amend the agreed understanding, in addition to acting as an instant record. Lastly, maintain the privacy and security of these documents. They ought to be consulted only when absolutely required and for justifiable purposes. This documenting approach should be used as a safeguard and source of clarification in potentially troublesome circumstances, not as a weapon or to incite retaliation. Step 7. Enlist outside assistance. Creating an outside support network is essential when managing toxic individuals. Friends, relatives, or mental health experts may provide insightful outside viewpoints, consoling, and useful guidance. Having this support is crucial for preserving your emotional and mental well-being, acting as a buffer against harmful influences, and offering a secure space in which to voice your emotions and worries. First and foremost, well-known friends and family may provide consolation, affirmation, and a reminder of your value. When your reality is warped by the poisonous actions of others, they may help you confirm it and act as a warning system to stop yourself from acquiring negative habits or viewpoints. Loved ones' support and presence may be a potent counterbalance to manipulation and low self-esteem, but it's crucial to choose reliable individuals who comprehend the circumstances and can provide helpful advice. Refrain from discussing your problems with someone who might trivialize your emotions or unintentionally make matters worse. Choose family members or friends who have shown compassion, understanding, and the capacity to provide a fair assessment. Toxic situations that are more severe or chronic may benefit greatly from expert assistance from a psychologist or therapist. Mental health practitioners may provide particular skills for stress management, setting appropriate boundaries, and enhancing emotional resilience. They are also trained to deal with toxic relationships. They may also work with you to create healthier methods by assisting in the identification of behavioral patterns or attitudes that can be aggravating the condition. Additionally, both in-person and online support groups may foster a feeling of camaraderie and mutual understanding. Talking with and learning from others who have gone through comparable struggles may be very instructive and reassuring. These communities may provide fresh viewpoints, coping mechanisms, and a sense of support in the struggle against poison. Establishing outside support also entails learning to accept assistance, which may be challenging for those who are used to handling their issues on their own. Understanding that asking for assistance is a show of strength rather than weakness is essential for overcoming obstacles brought on by toxic individuals. Always keep in mind that looking after yourself comes first, and that getting outside help is essential to preserving your well-being.